Shalom, 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 and welcome back to another episode here at Israelite Talk TV, one of the #1 platforms where what? That's right, where you don't get no paid media. Now, family, this morning we got to talk about Russell Simmons. He's back in the headlines, okay? And I got a show that I want to do titled "The Little Girl" or "The Girl That Called Reid." Okay, now. We know that Russell Simmons just basically beat some of these allegations that was brought up on him some years ago. Now he's back in the headlines as of yesterday, and we're going to go over the actual the suit in New York. I have the paperwork. Okay, we're going to go through that, and then we're going to listen to some clips from Russell Simmons, because Russell Simmons about a couple months ago came out and did a video breaking down and explaining, the situation surrounding his rape cases and the women's. Now, the reason why I want to do this message today on Russell Simmons is because we got a lot of our youth that's coming up that want to be in this industry and things like that, but they don't understand the pitfalls that happens years later up the road once they have become successful and done all these different things to get to the top. Okay, now. The first thing that I want to do is, and we coming right in, shout out to everybody that's coming in into the chat. Now, once again, let me say this before I take off. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, and make sure that you guys are subscribed to me on Instagram. The end of the month, I'm doing the giveaway, and like I said, there's going to be three. I'm gonna give away 3 prizes, and they're going to be cash prizes. Just so you guys know, they're going to be cash prizes. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. When I do the giveaway, we will be in subscriber mode, and you have to be subscribed before the day. You can't just come today, subscribe, and then, just make sure that you subscribe before that day. Everybody that subscribes the day of would not be able to participate in the giveaway. Make sure you guys continue to like the video, share these videos, and continue to, y'all know the saying, you know what I'm saying? So now let's get into this thing, right? So this article, now here's an article, right? Let me get this added. I already got it in the queue. Now here's an article, okay, that I don't know. Okay, there we go. Now, so here's an article that was put out. Let me blow this up. That was put out on Radar Online, right? And this was put out on February 7th, last week, right? It goes something like this. In battle rap mogul Russell Simmons dragged into abuse lawsuit with music except Reid. Now, a lot of y'all may have been following this or not following it, but Reid also has allegations against him with sexual allegations against this woman known as Drew Dixon, which we're going to put eyes on here in a little bit. But anyway, she also had said some things against Russell Simmons, and now it looks like she's going after Reid. Okay. Now, so what Reid did, right, is so basically, and let's just put eyes on this, right? Dixon, a former music exec, accused the 67-year-old Reid of twice assaulting her about 20 years ago during her time at Artista, claiming he allegedly retaliated against her professionally when she rebuffed his sexual advances. Okay, so this is what Reid has going on as of, I believe it was October, November of last year that this suit came forth by this woman. Now, this same woman is the same woman that went after Russell Simmons. Now, what Reid did, right, and let me just highlight this, just kind of give you guys a little context here. Reid seeks all documents related to Dixon's sexual assault or sexual harassment allegations against Russell Simmons, including public statements, legal correspondence, and any agreements, according to the joint discovery report filed by the respective legal teams. She also asked for, let me see. Reid also seeks Dixon's psychological, psychiatric, therapeutic counseling records, according to the documents found by renowned New York attorney Bobby Steenham. Please forgive me for mispronouncing his name. But anyway, this is the guy that protected, I don't know if it was the wife or the girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein, right? And she has the lawyer that basically, I guess, I forget, but she has the same lawyer that was involved in this kind. Oh, okay, right here. Okay, so she's hired the defense attorney Sean, who represented convicted rapists and Scientologists, Daddy Mastermind, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, she has asked right for L.A. Reid to fork over flight logs from his private jet, surveillance footage from Artistia Records office, and all documents and files related to the company events, retreats, music artists, along with a bucket of HR documents. And this is the woman right here. Okay, so now, L.A. Reid pretty much basically just to kind of simplify everything for you. So L.A. Reid basically saying this is the same woman that with that Russell Simmons. I want all of those documents and everything that happened with that. And he basically saying, let's go. She's saying, hey, I want all the footage, da 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 for this and that, and then let's go. Now, this was February 7th, right? Now, as of yesterday, okay. Now, this was the report that broke on the Guardian. Okay, this was the article that broke on the Guardian. Let me make sure. Okay, we're good to go. So anyway, yesterday this was released February 13th, Tuesday. Okay, Russell Simmons sued over alleged rape of Def Jam executive in the 1990s. Right. And they kind of go over this, some of the information, but we're going to actually put eyes on this actual suit that this woman, this Jane Doe, has put in. Now, let's go. Boom. So this is the actual. Let me blow this up. This is the actual. What was filed in New York? The document that she filed, and it was filed, like I said, yesterday in New York, United States District Court, Southern District of New York, Jane Doe versus Russell Wendell Simmons, which is Russell Simmons. Okay, now the lawsuit. Okay, let me just highlight some of this. I'm not going to go through all of this, but I'm going to just hit on some of the key points. You guys can go pull this up. I will leave a link in the description box after this live is over with. The lawsuit chronicles the account of how a woman who, while pursuing her career and passion as a music executive, was sexually harassed, assaulted, sexually battered, raped by her boss, Russell Simmons, a rich and powerful celebrity whose wealth and influence allowed his abusive behavior to go unchallenged for decades. Okay. So they kind of go into this and they speak on, a little bit of her information, a whoopty whoop. But anyway, let's get down here to the allegations. Where was the? Okay, so right here, this is it right here. So Jane Doe, and let's just highlight some of this, is over the age of 18 and has worked in the music and entertainment industry for over 25 years. In or around the early 1990s, Miss Doe started producing music videos. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so right here, I don't want to go through all of that. Let's just get right to it. Okay. It says, however, when Miss Doe first met Simmons, he was not continue. Okay, right, starting right here. Once employed at Def Jam, Once employed at Def Jam, a professional relationship with Mr. Simmons continued as Miss Doe would deliver music videos to Mr. Simmons' apartment for review with no incident. In fact, the practice at time was so common that many people worked in and out of Mr. Simmons' apartment. Uh, let's see. I kind of want to just bear with me, family. I want to try to get to the. Before the assault, Mr. Simmons suddenly began to turn his rap, rapacious attention towards Miss Doe. Simmons would arrive at Def Jim's, enter Miss Doe office, shut the door behind him. He would sit on her desk, lean over her, aggressively invade her personal space while making sexual innuendos, suggesting and advances and rubbing the front of his pants. Mr. Simmons would follow Miss Doe to the door, block her path, and prevent her from opening again. This happened repeatedly during that time period. She goes on to say Mr. Simmons' harassment of Miss Doe in the office was so persuasive that when a senior executive became aware Mr. Simmons was in the building and had gone to her office, he immediately went to Miss Doe's office, banged on the door, and yelled, hold on, opened it and yelled at Mr. Simmons to leave. Now listen to this, family. This right here is where it get crazy. She says on one occasion, Miss Doe brought Mr. Simmons' apartment a rough cut of a video she needed him to view for approval. Mr. Simmons aggressively and relentlessly flirted with Miss Doe and made sexual innuendos, advances, asked sexually explicit questions, including personal questions about her sexual preference and questioning if she is currently wearing a bra. On this day, Miss Doe was wearing professional attire, including a suit jacket and pants. Miss Doe responded by telling Mr. Simmons to cut it out and stop it, trying to deflect his attention, refocus on the work while trying not to sound accusatory or bruise his ego. Mr. Simmons brought Miss Doe to a bedroom to watch the rough cut. It was not uncommon practice for Mr. Simmons to conduct business in a bedroom while sitting on the bed. Mr. Simmons had a childlike, playful demeanor and began jumping on the bed while continuing to make sexual advances, asking Miss Doe to have sex with him. Miss Doe responded by saying no and treating the suggestion as though it was a ridiculous idea while being cautious not to offend Mr. Simmons. So this dude is, so according to Miss Doe, he's jumping on the bed and all of this stuff, right? Okay. Then listen to this. Listen to this, right? All of a sudden, Mr. Simmons performed a wrestling move, climbed on top of Miss Doe, and pinned her down on the bed. Miss Doe began to sweat profusely. Family, are y'all listening to this, man? I mean, this stuff is crazy. Like the dude did a wrestling move, pin you down on the bed, did all this stuff. Like, come on, Miss Doe. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Miss Jane. Like, make it make sense now. And so basically, anyway, fam, as you guys go through this document, you will hear everything that she's basically alleging, right? Now, let me see here. Uh Now, something else I want you guys to put eyes on, right? Because this was something. Now, I don't know if you guys followed this case with Russell Simmons, the previous one, but here's an article that was put out in January 2018 on Vanity, right? Now, something I want you guys to pay attention to, right? Because I'm gonna make it make sense here in a minute. It goes something like this: the filmmaker claims that Simmons invited her to his house in 2016 under the pretense of discussing a documentary project when the alleged incident occurred. In her suit, she said after asking to have sex with her, which she declined, Simmons attacked her, pushing her back on the bed hard enough for her to hit her head. Then Simmons pounced on her while she was still in shock and fear and proceeded to rape her, the suit says. Jarowski said she told a few close friends at the time, but did not press charges because, as she put it, she felt the rape was partially her fault since she was not strong enough to resist. She contacted Simmons after the first of dozens of women came forward to accuse him of rape, assault, and sexual harassment in November, and he denied the incident. Okay, now Russell Simmons. Okay, and I just want to walk this down for you guys, right? So Russell Simmons won this lawsuit, okay? And it goes something like this. Russell Simmons has won a 2018 lawsuit claiming he raped and intimidated a Jane Doe, not by proving his innocence, but on a technicality. Okay. According to a Hollywood Reporter, a judge has ruled that the allegations falls outside of the statute of limitations. A Jane Doe filed a $10 million lawsuit in March 2018 alleging sexual battery and intentional and negligent infliction of emotional distress. The music producer denied her claims as he has all the assault claims against him. Now, the judge, Mark H. Epstein of the Los Angeles Superior Court, entered a judgment in favor of Simmons on the ground that Jane Doe's claims were from an alleged incident in 1988 and were therefore past the statute of limitation. Epstein found that she would needed to file her claim in 1990, or if she argued that Simmons didn't permanently live in the state at the time, it would need to be filed by January 14th. Jane Doe had 2 weeks to file an opposition to the motion, and when she did not, the judge ruled in Simmons' favor on November 13th. Okay, so now basically, and just to kind of bring you guys up to speed, so basically he beat those charges. Now they're back, and we back in New York with it. You know what I'm saying? We back in the rotten apple because in New York there is no statute of limitation on rape. Okay. So basically what happened is the people that basically found, that was the lady, the Jane Doe's, or the people that was behind that kind of, okay, damn, we got caught lacking, woo, woo, woo. Now they back where there is no statute of limitations. And now they can just go ahead and pursue the case or whatever the case may be. Now, Russell Simmons came out and spoke on these previous allegations, not the ones yet, I don't believe. Maybe he did. I don't know. I haven't saw it yet. But he did an interview, okay? And we're just going to look at a little bit of this. Okay, a little bit of this. Now, he did this on Graham Ben Singer's channel on YouTube. And I'm going to just play a little bit because, he speaks on it. But he speaks about a lot of tactical tests that he also took that the public didn't know about, right? Now, I want you guys to listen to just a little bit of what the big homie got to say on this.
So you had more foursomes than most men have partners.
Fair use.
Yeah, and that wasn't really that. I think it was cultural and silly and egotistic and sad and from an insecurity that feeds it, and a lot of reasons why we were that way. If you slept with as many people as I slept with, thousands, and you're talking about 6 people.
There were like 20, right? I mean,
I spoke for. Oh, you mean like that's not no? I.
Come on, Russ. Come on with it.
I spoke poorly to 15 of them. 12 of them.
So basically, what Russell Simmons is proceeding to break down is that he's basically saying, man, I slept with over thousands of women. Okay. He's basically saying, he's the owner. He's the boss. You know what I'm saying? So basically saying, I slept with plenty of women. You know what I'm saying? Now he also goes into the fact to break down how he would speak to these women and basically saying, now mind you, to the youth that's coming up, whenever we look at whenever we look at the rap industry, right? These are the things that's promoted. When we look at the youth, I had this many women. I did this, I did that. Woo, woo, you get backpacks for that. But see, when you get to Russell Simmons' age and you'd have made the money for these big corporations and all of this stuff, now they got to find a way to get the money back out of you. And this is how they do it. You see what I'm saying? Now listen to this, fam. Listen to what he had to say about it. I'm going to speed it up. I ain't going to go through the whole video. You guys can go over there and watch it. But listen to this right here.
We had more foursomes than most guys had once. Could someone leave and feel hurt? Could someone leave and feel they wish they hadn't? Could someone reimagine a story out of thousands of people? Could someone want notoriety in a market where people thirst for fame, even infamous? Could someone who just came out of jail and want to sue you And because they had an experience and they can reimagine it just a little bit different. And could you be vulnerable enough to accept it? I took 9 lie detector tests. People don't know that. 9 separate. 7 from the chairman of the Polygraph Association.
Listen, family.
1 for each of the serious accusations. 1 for when someone said, for instance, I was violent. 1 person said that. I've never been violent. Took that. 1 for I apologize. I never apologized about assaulting anyone. But if 2 people say it, because 1 said it and me too, and the second person said it.
Fair use, fair use.
I took a test for it. 3 hours per test by 2 polygraph examiners. One that I've never done this to anyone, and one I've never done to each individual. Some people say that they're not accurate. But if they're 94% accurate, I did 9 of them. It's pretty clear that I don't believe it. I even asked what if I believe it, but it's not true? He said,
so basically, family, you guys go over there and you guys check that video out. He goes into a lot more, but the bottom line is the man took the lie detector test. Okay, now these are things that I don't know if I don't believe the public knew about at the time, but he took those lie detector tests. Here's my deal. Now, you guys leave y'all comments down in the description on how y'all feel about these accusations and things like this. This is my position, and y'all know here on Israelite Talk TV, we shoot from the hip and we just keep it asleep. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't put nothing extra on it. We give you the full unadulterated. Okay. My position is this right here. I'm not against rape victims and people that have been assaulted. Okay. It happens. Okay. There's people in prison all throughout the United States. It happens. Okay. People get raped, not just women, men also. Okay. But in regards to women, it happens. The problem that I have though with all of this stuff is why 20 years, 1988, like y'all got to remember, right? A lot of people don't remember what the hell they was doing 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You may know if you're older and just say, for an example, you had women. Now, in your youth, you might have had, you slept and messed with this person, but you don't remember every detail. I just find it hard that these people, I don't believe any of these people, from the Diddy's to the the people that's involved in this stuff are participating. Now, the things that they're doing that they're involved in, do I agree with it? No. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all agree with it? No. But I don't believe that these people are forcing people. Okay. It's even in jail, right? Some of y'all have never been to jail. Y'all hear the stories. Don't get me wrong. It happens. People get raped. But a lot of the guys in penitentiary that's involved in that type of stuff, it's because they want to be involved in it. It's not like, don't get me wrong, it happens, but it's not like predominantly where, you know what I'm saying? So these people are participating in this stuff. And to my sisters out there, what you guys got to understand is that just because a man, and let me say this, right? If you guys want to have more relationship discussions on this channel, reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? I do a poll. You know what I mean? We can have women that come on here and speak from their different perspectives. We could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with all that. You know what I mean? That way we can get to some type of common ground. But let me get back to my point, because I got to keep it. I got to give it to you. Just because a man, and this is to the women, just because a man sleeps with you, don't mean that he actually wants to be with you. He wants to marry you. He wants you to be his wife. It doesn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we can have more discussions on this in the future. But see, I study Tanakh. And one of the things that I noticed is that the men of old, they also, not only did they have wives, but they had concubines, which is equivalent to your modern day girlfriends. And some men, I ain't gonna say all men understand this, but men understand this. You have some women that you're gonna trust to take care of the business, that's gonna do things that need to be done. That's the wife. This is where all the money, this is where everything is going to. Then you may have the women that just may be attractive, may be bad, get your juices and flowing, but she may be an airhead. She's not, you know what I'm saying? She's not designed for that particular role. So just because a guy sleep with you don't mean that he's going to marry you. You're going to be that one. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things. And like I said, we could talk about that. Okay. Y'all want to talk about it? Let me know. DM me, brothers and sisters. Hey, we'll turn it up on Israelite Talk TV, because the whole thing about this is finding common ground. See, whenever stuff is happening and it seems like it's unnatural, it's because of the environment that we live in. We are following the Roman way. I don't respect none of this stuff. What I respect is if these people, the P. Diddy's, L.A. Reid, or if they assaulted you and they did something, you go to the police. What's the difference? Where have you, let me ask you guys a question, family. Where have you really heard, uh, where have you heard where, and I'm not saying it don't happen, but where have we saw on a lower scale people come out 20 years later and say, yeah, this guy raped me, this guy did this and that, or whatever the case may be? You rarely hear because there's no money in it. Now, does it happen? Now, there's people, now don't get me wrong. There is people where stuff may have happened to them where, you know, they may have been ashamed to come out and speak on it and say it, but it don't mean it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that why do these people wait 20 some years? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, because it's money. Russell Simmons beat these people. Now they want him back in court and they going to stick it to him this time. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing more than money grabs. You know what I'm saying? Because the longer you are in court held up, and then if you have to settle. And see, let me say this. Sometimes some of these famous people, they settle these cases with some of these people because they know that they slept with these people before. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those, man, y'all know how this stuff go, man, on a lower scale. It happens on a bigger scale. It's no different than a man sleeping with a woman. And, you know, hey, you know, you cool. I ain't trying to, no, this ain't that. I ain't, you know what I mean? And then somebody may feel a certain way. And then it's like, oh, but because he's famous, they can get money out of, they just settle because they know, like, okay, I did sleep with this person, this and that, but I didn't force them. I didn't do this and that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's getting to the point, man, where you got to start having cameras and stuff in the bedroom when you're having sex. If you're somebody famous, I mean, you then got to record all. You got to record all of this stuff to show and prove your innocence that you're not involved in this stuff, man. It's crazy the way that this system is. And I'm not. My thing is, I'm against the system. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anybody that was abused or anything like that. I'm not taking away from none of that. I'm just saying, come forward. Don't wait. No, because now it's just money. It's not really about any justice. It's about money. They're suing for $5 million. The woman that he beat last time was suing her for $10 million. So it's not about justice. It's about money. If no money was involved, how many of these women will really be coming out and doing it? Because when there's no money to be gained, there's no need to chase stuff that's pointless. You know, so it's just, man, like this system is crazy, family. You know what I'm saying? Man, shout out to everybody that's checking into the building. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Shout out to those that supporting the channel. You know what I'm saying? Now, Charles said, I'm going to support the channel. Happy Valentine's Day, all on the chat. And, you know, of course, we know about the origins of Valentine's Day and stuff like that. But, you know, shout out to everybody that's supporting the channel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tamika said he's out the country for a reason. Yeah. See, and I don't know, man. I have mixed feelings on this whole ordeal. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like people just need to come forward when this stuff happened. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's the effect is not going to be any different because the people are going to pick this stuff up and it's going to trend anyway, whether the news want to report it anyway. So just, I mean, the people just need to, I mean, like, it's crazy, man. So when Tamika Butler says 20 people ain't lying on you similar stories, but that's why I said go listen to that some of that video I just played with Russell Simmons if you haven't saw it. But I mean, he tells you that. I mean, he ain't lying. He's saying that he was having threesomes, foursomes, and he said he slept with thousands of women. So he ain't lying and saying like I wasn't sleeping with them, I wasn't doing this and that. But just family, if you're sleeping with thousands and thousands of women, you got to know somebody gonna be mad. Somebody coming for you. You got to know and understand that. It's just what it is. Okay, Boss Queen. Shout out to Boss Queen, my day ones, right? Huh? Boss Queen goes on to say, also, when you don't do what and I believe she said the elite wants you to do, they already have a team of females, and that's what they do. They start off taunting your name. We need evidence. Right. See, excuse me. This is the whole point that I'm saying, right? When you get big and they put you in these man-made environments, okay, you're making millions, but these environments, I'm in Hollywood, I'm in these different places, they're putting you in man-made environments where everybody have to eat. We're going to pay you, but we got to get that money back out of you. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of these women that are in these places, they have been around for a long time. They have been in the game for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Uh, this came yesterday, but today I was going to talk about Larsa Pippen and Michael Jordan's son, okay, Marcus, and what they got going on, right? But see, these people, these women have been around for a long time. They know the game, okay, and they know how to. This is how they stay alive. You know what I'm saying? Through these different lawsuits, and they know that they're going to pay them because, you know, these type of people don't have time to be held up in court doing this. What is okay? We'll give you this. We'll get that 10 million back over here, that 5 million back over here, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of those situations, and I know that we criticize our sisters, okay? And we're supposed to, you know. But at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. I will go and get a sister from the ghetto before I'm taking that trash out of Hollywood. And I mean, it's straight like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to go to the people that's going to be more loyal to you. You know what I'm saying? The people in Hollywood is not going to be loyal to you because, see, those women know the game. See, they know the game. And they're gonna milk you. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta understand how this game go. And I had to speak on this stuff today, man. Like, it's just madness, man. All of these people are tied up in this stuff. Did y'all see where? Listen, family, check this out. Check this out right here. Where is that at? I had that pulled up, right? Let's see here. Where did I have that pulled up at? But anyway, you have all of these guys, Jamie Foxx, all of these people that's getting hit with these sexual assault cases. And remember, I told y'all that the rich, that they're coming for them. This is how they do it. You know. So I'm curious to see what a lot of these people gonna start doing. Because I mean, at some point, you got to start using some type of logical sense to say, you know what? I'm getting out of California. I'm getting out of New York. You know what I'm saying? We got to just start going to places where the laws and all of this stuff is different at. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, see, Russell Simmons know what's going on. This is why he ran to Bali. You know what I'm saying? Let's go and get up out. Let me go and get up out this jam and stick and move around because he already know the game and what's going on. And they all have to pay the piper at some time. And just watch. The Jay-Z's and all these people, their days and times is coming. Y'all better know and understand. When they get done using them, this is when they come from. They can't get you while they're using you and you making us money. We're going to get you after that. You know what I'm saying? Tamika says, I think you should watch the documentary before you judge this particular story with Russell Simmons. My family, a member just came out of 15 later. They were ashamed. Well, let me ask you a question, Tamika. What is your people seeking? Do they want money or do they want this guy locked up to justice? Is what I'm curious about. Okay. Do they want to see Russell Simmons behind bars or do they just want the money out of it? Yep, right here, exactly. Like Boss Queen says, they want to put the black natives as the poster child for everything when it's majority of the Caucasian in Hollywood that sex traffic children. Exactly. Did y'all see the stuff with Madonna over here in Africa and all of this stuff? Okay, I believe I touched on this a while back, but like y'all got to follow this stuff what these people do. You know what I'm saying? In Hollywood, man. And it's just, man, it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's off the chain, man. But see, my point is, this is okay. So this is my whole point right here. My whole point is this right here. I'm not saying that if something happened to these people that they shouldn't come forward. That's not what I'm saying is I don't like the fact that it's these cash grabs. Sit on the jail. You know what I'm saying? When you look at people on the bottom of the totem pole, look at all of the people that have molested children, that has committed rape and done all of this stuff. I don't see nothing where these people have been sued for all this money. They go to jail. They go to jail, they do their time, and then they come home. These people are suing for money. It tells you. It's just like the whole stuff with Cassie. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking anything, but you are participating in this stuff. This stuff that they saying that Diddy was doing, you chose to be in that relationship with him and do all that for the clout. You can't involve yourself in this stuff and do all, and then come back and say, "Oh well, now I want money and I want to do this." It's just, I don't like it. I don't. I don't. Let me see. Tamika says, well, from what she says in the documentary, she wanted to start a label. Reid and Simmons blackballed her. So listen, so Tamika, listen to what you're saying. If she wanted to start the record label and they blackballed her, this is why she's coming for them. That's a whole nother discussion. Okay, if they blackballed her, yeah, let's talk about that. That's a discussion. But when you say somebody raped you, those are serious allegations. That's, you know, we hear about rape. Some people have been raped for real. It's not this two totally different things. This is not nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? Well, man, y'all off the chain, man. But anyway, family, I wanted to just come and just kind of touch on that. Y'all leave y'all thoughts down there on what y'all think about this case. What do y'all think about all of these black entertainers that's being targeted with these rape cases and things like that? Because I think this is a discussion we need to have. Uh, I do believe that, if people are assaulting people and doing things like that, they do need to be brought to justice. I'm not against that. Okay. But I am against, these cash grabs. And we got to talk about it, man. But at the same time, my thing to Russell Simmons, that this is why you got to keep your ties with your community, because when they turn on you, the people not gonna care nothing about you because you ain't doing nothing for the people. What are you doing where people can really come to your defense and say, "Oh yeah, this person did this," and da 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 da? It's not there, man. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So anyway, family, man, y'all stay safe today. Y'all enjoy your day, man, and we'll pick things back up tomorrow. I'm signing off on Israelite Talk TV. Shalom.